TF24, where your entertainment will be transformed.
Ba weep, grog, na weep, ninny bong, my fellow addicts. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, coming back at you with yet another TFA review. And like I mentioned previously in Hellbat's video review, I owe you 2 video reviews today. So we're also going to take a look at the Transformers Combiner Wars Platinum Edition Entertainment Earth exclusive Deluxe class Killbison. And right off the bat, you pretty much see he is a straight repaint of the nose cone and brawl mold, very much like Drillhorn. The only difference is he comes with an actual tank turret, and he is mustard yellow, which a weird choice because he's actually supposed to be like a dark orange and a double-barreled tank similar to that of the Combaticons from the Bruticus Maximus combiner from Transformers Energon. But I'll allow this. This works for me. I'm fine with this. But yeah, giant mustard yellow colored tank. Not much to really say about it, to be honest. I mean, it's different than Drillhorn. However, I will say I actually like it. I really do like it, and I'm very happy to have this character as a figure. And you guys will probably understand why I saved him for last, if you have seen Transformers Victory. It was because despite the fact that I absolutely adore Hellbat, like so much, I like Killbison because of one thing that he does in Transformers Victory. When it comes to his stock footage, animation, transformation scene, the very end, he flips you off. I just love it. I love that so much. Because it's so random and odd for a Transformer to flick you off. And then also when he attacks, he sings some sort of song about a fisherman. It goes something along the lines like soda, 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 soden, sodento. And then it's just weird. He did it in one scene of one episode, but it was still funny and weird. And it's just something unique and different. So. But yeah, back to the figure. I'm sorry, I just had to share that. He is essentially the brawl of the group, to be honest. He thinks with his head first, or his muscles first, rather than his head. Kind of just goes in charging like a bull, or dare I say, a bison. And he's just a cool-looking tank. At least for the Hasbro mold. Honestly, I think Hasbro could have done something here, but then again, that would have compromised the structural integrity of this turret, because that is held by pins and hinges. And I don't think that would be a good idea to place another hole here and on the other side to give him his dual cannons in his tank mode. But it would have been something neat. And like I said, I honestly prefer him as this kind of tank, despite the fact that his dual-barrel tank mode is actually pretty freaking awesome looking. And like I also said, with the yellow, it somehow works for him. But, you know, that orange would have been cool to see too. Takara, get on it. I will buy it. Anyway. He does have some nice accents throughout his vehicle mode. Nice little bits of yellow here. Different yellow. More like a sunshine yellow. Yep. Yellow. He also has a nice little bit of red, which is my favorite color. Some nice silver throughout the vehicle mode. And he also has the same uniformed stripe of black, yellow, and silver, just like all the other guys. So, I appreciate that. That gives him that very uniform appearance, and I really like it. So, and of course he can roll. Not much to really say else about the tank mode. It's cool. The different colors are interesting, yet they work for him. And he's just a cool little tank dude. Oh, and I forgot to mention his tank turret can rotate up and down, which is very cool. And it's very tight to get out, so if you see it disappear during the little transformation, yeah, this thing is a pain to get out. It is tough, and I have to, bend it backwards so far that I'm afraid something will snap, and I don't want to risk that, so please understand. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to say for the tank mode. So let's go ahead and get Killbison from looking like this before we do get into the transformation, because I already have the tank turret off, as I previously mentioned, I completely forgot to mention his accessories. How professional of me. I'm not a professional. You guys know this. So he does come with a white hand foot gun, dual barrel blaster, just like that of Brawl's, except painted in this nice, cut it in this nice white paint. And if you really want to, you can go ahead and plug it, on the top to actually emulate his dual barrel blaster. His 2 double cannons in his tank mode. And honestly, that kind of works for me. But you also have this other black dual barrel blaster that might actually work a little bit better as opposed to the hand foot gun. Yeah, just forgot to totally mention his accessories. So sorry about that. Back to the transformation. To revealing the robot within. And like I continuously mention with all of these Destron figures, Killbison was made for the Brawl mold. I mean, sure, some creative liberties were taken, like only giving him 1 gun for the tank mode and just kind of making him different colors. It works. It just works. I'm just going to keep blathering on about it. Oh, I like the way it looks. It looks amazing. This was made for this mold. You guys know how this goes by now. No, but in all seriousness, Killbison absolutely looks outstanding in the Brawl mold, and these colors really do work a lot more. And in terms of like how well he looks, I mean, if I honestly am saying this on behalf of myself, astounding. I would have liked to see him as like his actual character model, but I can live with this. This works for me. The one issue I do have with this guy in particular, though, is these horns on his head for his head helmet. They aren't supposed to come out all this way, but for whatever reason they do, because there is a small little gap that you can fit your fingernail in between two. But like this one goes out a little longer than this one. I don't know, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, but suffice to say, I'm okay with it. I am very okay with it. So, taking a look at that gorgeous head sculpt, let me go ahead and switch that clarity for you. You're all welcome. He does have the beautiful bison head picked out in that nice, kind of goldish color plastic this time. Not really mustard yellow. That's actually gold. And his horns able to being, articulated to transform. Kind of giving him like a different look altogether. But, they're made for that beautiful red visor and the sound wave face kind of going on. Nice, beautiful molding detailing throughout this whole figure, from the tank tread shoulders to the chest and all the way down. Just looks absolutely beautiful. I love Killbison. He is a great figure. Now, this time I'll remember to mention the accessories. He comes with the previously mentioned accessories, the hand foot gun and the double-barreled blaster, which can be held in his hand or even posted on his forearm to give him kind of like a Transformers Prime movie-verse weapon style. And if you really want to, you can actually go ahead and just store some of these on his back. So, there's that. Now, one minor complaint, actually 2 minor complaints I want to mention real quick. Yeah, he does have the same issue that the Brawl mold did. This waist connection is actually pretty trash. It just barely holds on. You can kind of feel it thoop into place, but it doesn't work. And it also kind of gives him like a sucked in stomach area, which can be easily rectified if you take the combiner peg and just kind of rotate it a certain way, but then you also got this area looking pretty weird. So I mean, if you really want to, by all means, you can, but I don't see why. It doesn't really, I mean, it kind of hinders the ab crunch too, but, it's whatever. And another thing I forgot to mention. I said there were 2 complaints, I only mentioned 1. The second one was that I really wish Hasbro, yet again, like all the others, would have picked out those nice little indents, which would be the bull's eye, or bison's eyes, in some red paint. But they didn't, but I'm okay with it. And also on the packaging, it shows that Killbison's horns here are supposed to be the same color as this helmet, but these guys are they're just painted white, or coated in white plastic. But I'm okay with that, so, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. back to articulation. And hey, since I mentioned Ab Crunch, I guess that's time to mention the articulation. So, let's go and get right into it. Like all the other Combiner Wars figures, specifically the Brawl mold, he has the same articulation that it does. His head is on a mushroom peg, he can rotate 360 degrees. If you want to use the hinge joint for his transformation, you can have him look up a little bit. Can't look down. His shoulders are on a rotator joint, they will rotate 360 degrees, as well as be accompanied on hinge joints, which is mainly more for transformation, but go ahead, again, if you wish to use it. His forearms / elbows are on a ball joint and hinge joint, but again, for transformation. But because of the ball joint, his arms can rotate 360 degrees. No wrist articulation, unfortunately, which means no middle finger, even trying to gesture, but like I say with the others, what he loses in wrists, he makes up for in waist. And as I previously mentioned, this guy does have an ab crunch, so you can go ahead and totally utilize that joint. So his waist is on a mushroom peg, which will allow it to rotate 360 degrees. That's because of limb mode. His hips are on ball joints. They will go forward, back, in, and out, and swivel a little bit. His thighs are on mushroom pegs, which allow for a 360 degree rotation, accompanied by a nice hinged knee, which allows for a nice 90 degree knee bend. And he has ankle pivots, which will allow him for some pretty cool dynamic poses, if you so wish to do so. So there you go. There is Killbison in robot mode. And for a quick size comparison, here he is with his previously reviewed comrade, Hellbat. And these guys look great together. Let's go ahead and get a group shot real quick. Let's see if we can make this work. We're going to try and make this work, people. We're going to try and make this work. So there you go. There is the Destrons in their robot modes, and they all look great together. But if I have to be honest, these four steal the show. Deathsaurus, while he's cool, not the best, but I still like him. But yeah, so there you go. There is your group shot. There is your hype and build up for the actual building up tomorrow of Lio Kaiser. So there you have that beautiful group shot. They all look great together. The Deluxes steal the show for me. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree. So there you go. Like I previously mentioned with all these other guys, if you happen to want to pick up Killbison, I would strongly recommend you guys going on eBay and looking for a cheap listing for him and pick him up, because honestly, while he is not a necessity to your collection, he is a nice addition to it, as well as a nice addition to your Decepticons. So by all means, go on the hunt and pick up yourself a Killbison today. I strongly recommend him. Plus, he's the only Transformer from like the Japanese G1 continuity, let alone the past continuities, to flip off someone. I mean, sure, Frenzy did it, as I mentioned previously, but still, he's the only character. He's the first one. That means something. Pick him up. I love you, Killbison. Anyway. I think that's pretty much all there is to say for this. So, bots and fembots, that's pretty much all there is to say. So this has been my video review for the Transformers Combiner Wars Platinum Edition Entertainment Earth exclusive Deluxe Class Killbison! And I would like to thank each and every one of you all for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe, because this is the only channel where your entertainment will be transformed. And if you want to contact me in any way, shape, or form, by all means, feel free to do so by looking me up anywhere on social media, and I'll reply to you all as soon as I can. But with all that being said, my fellow addicts, that's pretty much all there is to say. So, please remember, until next time, to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF addicts for life. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict. Roll it out till all are one.